peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
I'm joining the World Health Organization's Safe Hands Challenge. Hand washing is one of the most effective ways of preventing the spread of coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 40 to 60 seconds.
I also want to thank KQ and the entire airport management. This is a unique and outstanding performance. We were getting desperate for some of the items that are on this flight, and we are glad to see that the cooperation across all government agencies is what is going to help us in winning this war against this deadly epidemic. Just for the record, on this flight, we have been informed that we have got 500,000 three-ply masks. We have got 200,000 testing and sampling tubes, and this is a very important thing. These 200,000 sampling tubes are key to our ability to mass test Kenyans. Without these sampling tubes, we would not be able, and we were not going to be able to start our mass testing capability. But with these tubes now, we are able to fast track. We also have some 4,000 shoe covers for operations with our frontline health workers, 300 static shoes which are used in theaters by our doctors. We have got 76,000 N95, this is this kind of mask, N95 masks, and we also have face visors by those that are used by doctors. In the next flight, there will be additional ventilators and so on and so forth. So all I'm saying is that we are really grateful that Kenya Airways has been able to come on board and assist us to the extent that they have. We have developed protocols with them on how to travel, on how to quarantine themselves, the crew, when they come and when they go, they know what to do. So we are happy about what is happening.
Yeah, so really we just want to assure all Kenyans that we are working very hard as a ministry, as a government, as a health sector, as a country, a whole government approach to addressing the challenge that is currently facing us of coronavirus. And the team that we have been meeting with this evening has been a team of experts, some health workers, experts in communication, experts in social media, all looking at how we work together to make sure that, number one, Kenyans are aware, they are well sensitized about what we are dealing with, that we all also learn what precautionary measures we need to take to ensure that we can prevent ourselves from getting coronavirus, and also to ensure that we protect our families. The team of experts here has been doing a lot of work in terms of their own practice, the clinical practice, the protocols around coronavirus. This is a new virus that the medics have never dealt with, that the entire health workers have not dealt with. feel that you're very ill to go into a matatu to go to hospital, we really recommend that you call the 719 line and get us to come and pick you through an ambulance which has got specialized facilities and with health workers to take you to an isolation facility where you can be tested. So basically we are just aligning our coordination and making sure that we have a seamless operation even as we deal with coronavirus. And I just want to thank the entire team, the entire fraternity in communication world, social media world, our experts in health, for their really for their commitment and self-sacrifice. We've been sitting here up to very late hours in the night, days on end, and people are here really just volunteering themselves to serve this nation. So my deep appreciations, and to all of us, please keep us hooked up to our conversations, be kept in the loop through hashtag Komesha Corona. Thank you very much.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Daytime Express broadcasting all the way from the satellite system of Punchline Africa television, miles away from the headquarters in Nairobi. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, wherever you are in Africa, in Europe, in America, in Australia, in China, in Moscow. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. If you are walking, waking up, or you are going to sleep like down under in South America, thank you very much, all of you, for tuning in this early morning broadcast at 9, which kicks off at 9 a.m. every day. This morning, we shall dwell on first Kenya news. What is happening in Kenya? What can we do? We shall laud the government policies, government guidelines as regards to COVID-19. We shall laud the Minister of Health, Mutahi Kagwe's guidelines and the entire exercise, how it has gone. We shall evaluate, fatigue evaluation, what we can do as citizens to get ourselves out of this mess, out of this quagmire, out of this COVID. We shall also look at the Africa at general, the African situation. What do you think in Africa that we can improve? Which countries are badly hit? As we go back behind the backdrop of saying Africa will be the epicenter, it is very, very ashamed, very degrading. This is the second statement that is coming out from World Health Organization, where they are saying, the other time they said Africa will have dead bodies and Africa will be a battle. Why Africa? That is all the question. Why do you think every focus is on Africa? And yet Africa is the country, the continent that has got all the resources. They come, they milk the resources, they take the resources away. Then they come back to tell us that the epicenter will be in Africa. Why? Why the focus? There are many deaths in Italy. There are many deaths in Spain, many deaths in Europe. But why focus in America? Hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Are we the only people to be focused on? Is it a pity, or they just tease us, or they tell you that we should tighten up our belts and start acting like the real people who produce what they don't have? We have plenty of sunshine, We have plenty of everything, but we don't utilize these things at all, and we end up being laughed at. Are we the laughing stock of the world? Can time come, will time come, Africa reacts, stands up, and sends a signal that we can have a hospital where European people can come and be treated, that we can have infrastructure where people can come and admire, that we can have patients being cured on the continent, and so that people can come back, can know that Africa can stand up. It pains me to read such a headline on BBC, more so even being read by Africans themselves in Nairobi, BBC headquarters, proudly saying, this is what is going to happen to Africa. It is sad, but time must come. Those generations that will stay longer must all the time revive the African unity, the resilience of the people of Africa. The resilience of the people of Africa. We shall be there. We need a renaissance, a rebirth of our institutions, of our behavior, of our mindset, of our morals. Why Africa? We've lost morals. That's why everything bad is put on on Africa. It is very painful for you to read such statements coming from BBC. Viewers, it is very painful, especially to some of us who have lived in those countries for a long time. We know how painful it is. We have tried to promote Africa through the Africa Center. Anybody who has lived in London knows what the African Center is, where all Ngugi wa Thiong'o, everybody, every academic in Africa, every scholar in Africa who has written books has passed through. We have tried to make an impact on our continent. But what puts us back? What brings us back? We are almost 63 to 64 years of independence. The first country, Ghana, are we not able to have enough hospital, a clean hospital, well-equipped, well-paid doctors? They poach our doctors, pay them peanuts, then they tell us Africa will be the epicenter of the disease. It is very, very, very sad when an African who thinks like a Nyerere, who thinks like a Nkrumah, who thinks like a Sekou Toure, who thinks like a Obote, who thinks like a Jomo Kenyatta, who thinks like Patrice Lumumba. It's very, very sad. It is very, very important for the people of Africa to understand that we are in a dilemma. We are in this mess. First of all, before the mess of coronavirus came to us in Africa, we had already had chances to improve our health sector, to improve our medical facilities, to buy medicine enough. But we steal the medicine, we steal the money that is meant to buy medicine. That's the tragedy of Africa. The people given the responsibility become corrupt. Corruption has destroyed Africa. That's why you see headlines in BBC that Africa, that's why you see this gentleman, an African himself, a former minister of health in Ethiopia, who could not document 3 cholera epidemics that took place in Ethiopia. Because we want an African to be in a position in the World Health Organization so that we have a figurehead. but a figurehead who does not help Africa. If you look at the type of exchanges between America and China, you can come on my side today. You can come on my side today. Immediately, the exchanges, if the reports come that America from World Health Organization and China said we shall pay it with double. Are we the playing field? Are we the people where people, is Africa a playing field? Is it the field that is causing the chaos? Are we the people that should be treated as experiments? Are we becoming the laboratories of international mercantile capitalism that we see, which is behind the entire, this whole thing of Corona is an international mercantile capitalism. Yes, there is a disease. Yes, the disease is real. Yes, had we been told to wash our hands in January, we would not be dying today. Yes, that's the first facts. And who was supposed to tell us how to wash our hands? The Director General, an African. Now today, several Africans are running up on media saying, oh, they are targeting our African. No. This guy from Ethiopia failed us, failed the world, failed everybody. He has a team of scientists. The best scientists on earth work with WHO. The best scientists whom he should have actually recruited. You tell me today that we sit here as Africans and talk that we defend him when he even failed to tell us when the disease, what methods we need to use, even when he had gone to visit the Chinese in Beijing. His meeting in Beijing, I think my production team can bring that meeting when he met the president of China in Beijing. Why didn't he come up to tell us what China was doing to prevent this disease? We were left in a coma. Today, Africa remains Africa, remains the experimental ground for international medicine, international laboratories of textbooks, international laboratory of doping. An African wins a medal. Someone wants to even, take his samples 200 times. That's the life we have. That's the Africa we are talking about. Thank you very much. Today I have the headlines, but before I do the headlines in Kenya, which I will settle down to analyze, I would like to bring you the updates of coronavirus 19 so far in Africa as we start. Thank you very much. Confirmed cases for Kenya up to this morning remain 246. 11 people are dead in Kenya. Recovered 53 so far. Namibia, 16 cases confirmed in the country of Namibia. Recovered 4 and dead 0. Malawi, 17 cases confirmed, dead 2, recovered 0. Sao Tome Principe, confirmed cases 4, dead 0, recovered 0. South Sudan, 4 cases, dead 0, recovered 0. Uganda, 55 cases, recovered 20, dead 0. Tanzania, 147, 5 people dead, recovered 11. South Africa, the highest number so far on the continent of Africa, 2,783 people dead, confirmed cases. And the number of people dead in South Africa, 50. Recovered cases in South Africa, 903. Egypt has the highest number, not South Africa, on the continent, with 2,844. Dead people, 205. Recovered people, 646. Morocco has the third number in Africa of cases confirmed. Dead, 135. Recovered, 281. Confirmed cases, 2,564. And Algeria, 2,418 people confirmed infected with the virus, dead 348. Algeria has the highest number of dead people on the continent of Africa, with recoveries of 846. Central African Republic, 12, recovered 4, 0 deaths. Burundi cases 5, dead 1, no recovery. Zimbabwe, which is celebrating 40 years of independence today. We shall have a special coverage on Zimbabwe later on at 8 p.m. East African Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. of Zimbabwe time. If you want to join us to celebrate the 40 years of Zimbabwe's independence, that will be very good. Bring your suggestions. Remember, Zimbabwe is under key and the lock of the American hegemony. Sanctions have been removed, not removed. Nobody has removed the sanctions on Zimbabwe. They grapple with this disease amid the sanctions. 24 cases confirmed, 3 dead, recovered 2. And in Sudan, Khartoum, the cases so far recovered are 6, confirmed 66, 10 dead. You remember Sudan, from today, there is dawn to dawn curfew. No movement of vehicles, no movement. People were given 1 week to buy the dry rations, the items, the water, the drinks. They were given 1 week, and from today onwards, Sudan has a lockdown which is very clear. Thank you very much, viewers. That is what is happening in Sudan, Khartoum. Confirmed cases for Liberia, 76, 7 dead, 7 recovered. Chad, 27, 5 recovered, dead 0. Burkina Faso, 546, 32 dead, recovered 257. Somalia, 116 so far in Mogadishu and the whole of Somalia. Dead people are 6, recovered 2. Remember, there is a war in Somalia, and therefore, at times it's very difficult to verify how many exactly, but so far the government has given us the number. And we thank President Faremajo for constantly tuning on into our program on his Twitter handle from Villa Somalia. Kudos, President Faremajo. Thank you for watching from Villa Somalia. God bless you. And Gambia, 116, 6 people dead, recovered 2. Sorry, that is Somalia. Gambia 9, dead 1, recovered 2. Cameroon, there is a war in Cameroon. You will see 1,017 people in Cameroon. The president there is 89 years old. He has been in power for 42 years, and he has not allowed some of the parts of his country, the English-speaking country, to exercise their rights, and we don't know the correct figures. We have to ask even the commanders of those who are fighting in Amazonia to get their freedom in order to get the correct figures. But so far, Cameroon has displayed 1,017 people affected and 22 dead, 177 recovered. Another country, Senegal, 342, 2 dead, 198 recovered. Ivory Coast, 323, dead 3, recovered 41. Ghana, 641, dead 8, recovered 83. Mauritius, 324, dead 9, recovered 108. Nigeria, 493, dead 17, recovered 159. The army in Nigeria has killed more people than COVID-19. It is very pathetic. The Nigerian security forces, change your behavior against the people of Biafra. You have slaughtered more people than even the disease itself. Please, change the behavior. This is the time when you have to be humane. You must be a human being when you are handling cases of this nature. These are not terrorists. These are your people. This is not the people the terrorists have killed. These are the people that have been killed by the security forces. These are the people who pay taxes for the security in Nigeria to operate. Don't kill people. They have killed over 19 people, and the corona itself has killed 17. What a shame. Democratic Republic of Congo, 287, 23, and 25. Confirmed cases in Congo Brazzaville, 45, 5 dead, 2 recovered. Rwanda, 143, recovered 65. Madagascar, 117, recovered 33. Zambia, 52, 2 dead, 30 recovered. Togo, 83, 5 dead, 48 recovered in Togo. Mali, 171, recovered 13, 34, recovered, dead 13, sorry. Niger, 627, and the number of dead people, 18, the number of those recovered, 110. Ethiopia, 96, 3 dead, recovered 15. Tunisia, 864, 37 dead, recovered 43. Guinea Conakry, 477, 3 dead, recovered 59. Equatorial Guinea 79, 4 recovered, no deaths. Gabon 108, dead 1, recovered 7. Libya number has gone up to 48, no recovery, no death. Mozambique number has gone up to 34, recovery 2, death no. Seychelles 11, recovered 5, no death. Sierra Leone 26, no death, no recovery. Confirmed cases in Benin 35, dead 1, recovered 18. Eritrea is 35, 0-0. Guinea-Bissau 43-0-0. Angola 19. 2 dead, recovered 5. The total number of people dead in confirmed cases in Africa, 19,833 human beings infected with COVID-19. The number of dead people in Africa has passed 1,000 mark, which is 1,016 dead people. Recovery in Africa has been 4,634. And as you can see, the figures in Africa have gone up by now. This morning, this could have been yesterday's tracker, but this morning, the figures have gone to 4,634. Now, affected countries is 52 countries. 2 countries still become the champions, standing up: Comoros and Lesotho. The Kingdom of Lesotho, surrounded by the pandemic, has not received any cases. We pray that it goes that way. Even if we are in pain in other African countries, we feel happy that 1 or 2 countries in Africa are safe to continue with other businesses other than looking at the hospitals and other things. But in Lesotho, you must be very, very strict. Since the border in South Africa is closed down, therefore there will be no entry. Vaccinate your people, tell your people to wash hands, let them stay inside so that you can continue to have the same figures. That is so far in Africa as we stand. Thank you very much, viewers. That is our Africa today as it stands in we have had the reports and confirmed the reports from Uganda that there's another driver from Tukula, but we shall confirm that when the Ministry of Health puts out its press statement later on in Uganda. And in Uganda yesterday, we had how MPs were able to global 10 billion shillings, 10 billion shillings, 3.5 billion shillings that they are going to oversight the coronavirus. Why Africa is called Africa? Why BBC said we shall be the epic center of this disease, and some of those things coming from some of these countries on the continent. Let's turn to Kenyan newspapers. This morning, the Standard newspaper of Kenya, on top of the newspaper, you can see, I believe my production team, which is working on Saturday today, can bring that Standard newspaper so that the world can see what we are talking about. You have 71 billion debt boost for Kenya. Rich nations defer repayment of loans to help poor countries manage corona pandemic. Kenya to save 71 billion in a deal struck with G20. That is the greatest news, better than the other news that I've seen down here on the Standard newspaper of Kenya. It is said, this gentleman, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, for viewers who are elsewhere in Africa, you will know that this gentleman is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. But since this coronavirus, he only appeared once. We have not seen him. People haven't seen him. People don't know where he is, but he is, I don't know, underwater. So therefore, he is not seen on public functions. And collective responsibility at this hour is the essence of every government in Africa. Is the essence of every government in Africa. And there is no government in Africa that is divided. Any government in Africa divided will create quite a lot of difficulties for the ordinary wananchi. The newspaper goes ahead to say the chemistry between the deputy president and the president is not very good. He is loudly absent in times of crisis. The cabinet secretaries are ignoring his calls. Security agencies have no time for him. Ruto is lonely man in government. I don't know why this headline is here. It's useless headline. I don't want to say, as an editor, someone who also owns some newspapers who have done some serious journalism. This is cheap popularity to plant there to show, to pick public sympathy that he has been isolated. He has isolated himself. People are working together today. Even if those of us in Kampala, we are working with the opposition in Uganda, Bob Wine, Besigye, other people are working with the government. They are putting their differences aside. They are telling people to stay away. They are not telling people to come and demonstrate. But the people are busy grumbling for party. Oh, my party is being taken. Oh, my party. Oh, let's go to demonstrate. Oh, let's go to Jubilee headquarters. To go and do what? Will you be ruling trees when all people are dead? When all Kenyans are dead and perished? Will you lead the trees? Obsessed with power. You might not be there. It might not be there. God knows. We are all in a coronavirus. Let's help the people to get out of this corona. Then after that, you can proudly say you're a man worth that you stood with the people of Kenya to remove coronavirus. Some of us have not got their families here. Our families are 10,000 miles away. Some of us have children that are sick. My daughter, Nora Matanga, has just come out of the sickness. But I'm still talking. I'm still working. I am not hiding. I'm not seeking cheap popularity. Cheap popularity in Kenya creates a problem. People, you know, for Kenyans, those who did not study political science, I want to remind you of Fenoni Funds. This guy is a Fenoni Funds. Be careful. Fenoni Funds theory that was used by President Museveni to conquer us in Kampala is here. Is here. And for me, at my age 65, I don't tell a lie. That it is only violence. Use violence. Threaten people that you can lead them. You be careful. Keep this step. And one day tell me that I was wrong. Fenoni Funds theory. Violence and the violence alone. That once violence is on people, is used against people, they submit to you. And they will even love you, even when you are very bad and dangerous. Okay? Can be corrupt, use violence to threaten others. These things are there. And I see some Kenyans watching a scenario of, can you see the number of people lining up, calling President Uhuru, hashtag Uhuru must go? Who's sponsoring this? Who pays these people? Somebody is paying them to belittle the president. Yet the president is struggling to put the country to the real markup. There you are. It is your country. It's your country. If you want to go the George Soros way, fine. I see it. All people jostling, going to court. They want to remove curfew. David Ndii is writing rubbish. This is rubbish. Just rubbish. If you have gone to an academic school, academic status of David Ndii, the best economist, so-called, why don't you come and practice your economics? Like Matanga, I studied political science. I'm practicing it. Am I shy? Ask me of any theory of Karl Marx. I'll tell you like this. He's here. Adam Smith is here. Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, everything is here. You don't ask me and then say, let me look in the book. But I don't write rubbish. But David Ndii writes rubbish all the time. Why don't you propose what Kenya will be after coronavirus? Why don't you help the government and say, this is the way the government must structure its economy, instead of coming to blame Kenyatta. Okay? You notice that NGOs have now gone underwater. The Kenyan NGOs that used to get money, pretending to teach us how to wash hands. If you look at their CV, they say we are coming to collect this money from Stockholm in Sweden to go and teach Kenyans to wash hands. They went and built houses in Karen and built houses in Runda. They are not seen anywhere. Where is Maina Kiai? This is the time for Maina Kiai to come and talk and tell us, sensitize the community. You only see these organizations, Kenyans, during elections, as if people eat elections. People need your help now. At least for me, be proud of me. I am doing my job at difficult times. I'm talking hundreds of thousands and millions of people who are replaying these clips have picked something from it, learn something from it. I have been consistent. I told you that I will be on digital platform in 2016. I knew the digital platform is where everybody will run it because I have the forecast antenna. I don't have the lowercast antenna. People were telling me, oh, open up a TV. Which TV now? Are you all not on the phone? Can you fight for a remote with your children at home? They are in the house. They want to see Nintendo. They want to see these cartoons. Do you fight them? You have to go in the bedroom and use your phone. I started this television 4 years ago. I am happy that it has progressed, and I'm happy for the assistance of the viewers and the assistance of those who have helped on this journey. I've left a mark, and I will leave a mark in the history of Africa, that when I stand up for Africa, I don't go back. I never reverse my gear. I told you that there are people who are wrong. I have told you that the man, the gentleman called Tedros, Dr. Tedros, is wrong. And there are people here arguing with me. Look at what Tedros, from January 1st, what Mr. Tedros did. Then you come back and tell me the announcements he was making, all of you have records. Had we been told that wash hands from January, stay at home, is there anywhere where World Health Organization on their website written that this disease you need to, in January, did they write that you need to wash your hands? Show me, send me that letter. Is there any government in Africa that says it received a letter? There is somebody called Omaswa, Professor Omaswa from what? I respected Omaswa, but yesterday his marks went down. Listen to me, Professor Omaswa from Uganda. If you have a letter that tells Ugandans to wash hands that was sent to you in January, send it to us. There was no letter. The World Health Organization made errors, continue to make errors, continue to update us on errors. Their communication strategy is very dangerous. Oh, there is no human-to-human infection. Travelers are free to fly. With all those scientists, you don't know that corona can be infectious. You come on national, international television and tell the people. We want to ask Trump, please don't cut the money, but cut the man. Ask the man to resign, but don't cut the funding. Don't leave Africans and the world in chaos. You are also making a blunder, His Excellency President Trump. That's a blunder. That's a very big blunder. Cut the guy, cut the Ethiopian guy called Tedros. Let him live. I don't have any sympathy with him. For you viewers who are seeing me today, I know that man from London. He is a great friend of Zenawi Meles. I am a great friend of the late Zenawi. Meles Zenawi. Meles Zenawi, Afek, Esaias of Eritrea. We were all members of the refugee community associations in London from 1989 when I met Zenawi. When he was fighting for the liberation, I know this man. This man is called Commander Tedros. This guy here, he was in the University of Nottingham. We used to sit together in the committee. I was a vice chairman of Uganda Community Relief Association in Europe. I've been there. I know this guy. So when I'm talking, anybody coming, crossing over, you can praise him, but not me. This guy failed us. We lost funding because of him. No wonder his characters have followed him up to today. But it's all right. Life goes on. What we ask Trump is very simple. Please, Trump, Your Excellency, the President of America, review your action. Don't cut off the money, but cut the man off. Tell the man to resign, give a condition to update, to review the World Health Organization operations in terms of someone who is able to be a person warning system. Every organization of this nature must have a warning system. But this organization, where did the warning system go? It only worked on 20th of March. From January or December, Wuhan was on fire. This gentleman visited China. He saw what was in China. Now in Wuhan, They are upgrading and downgrading their figures. We really don't know the correct figures. They are adding, can we say 50%? They added 50% to bring the figure to 4,000 people dead. What is the correct figure? What is the correct figure? World Health Organization, tell us what is the correct figure. He hasn't said it. So, I am not a great friend of President Trump, but on this one, I agree, Trump is right and wrong. Is both. Wrong to withdraw the money and the right to complain. And as I told you, we are 29 lawyers, international law experts, who have already, by Friday next week, we have given Mr. Tedros up to Friday next week. If he doesn't step out of the office by Friday next week, our case will be in one of international courts. I'm one of those, and I want to thank my professors, all of them, Professor Hoyle, Professor, all of them, all of us who have struggled on international tribunals. I struggled on international tribunal of ICC. I told you the chief prosecutor was a thief. And some people in Africa felt I was just lying. That man ended up being a gambler. You know a gambler? A man who gambled his salary and even sold his car to gamble. That is Ocampo. And the people were telling me I was a very bad man in Africa. I'm not. I struggled for Africa. The Ocampo 6 in Kenya would have gone to death and to pay life sentence because of a thief. I want to bring it because some people forget. Some people here forget. But this is the man who went to the ICC, who told the ICC, you are rubbish. And I'm here. If ICC has got any case on me, bring it on. They can't bring it on. I have documents that can bring them on. Listen to me. I have serious documents that can bring them on. Bring it. Fatou Bensouda is walking away to go and become the president of Gambia. So she is murmuring here and there. She's trying to see whom she can fix in Africa. All the cases of Africa were fixed. They were all fixed. Not that the people did not die, but the cases were fixed. People died, but the investigations were fake. Fake evidence collected from pork and meat joints. All the evidence. If you can excuse me for a minute. If you look at all this, this is the evidence I collected all the time. It's here with me. Very serious. This is part 1 volume of all African cases that I have followed. From Babugo, Kenyan cases, Thomas Lubanga, and the rest. These volumes are here. And in all these cases, you will find a very interesting scenario that leads you to a very awkward situation. The Africa that you don't want to see. So international organizations, viewers, those who think Mr. Tedros is being targeted, think twice. He is not being targeted by anybody. 169 countries now of UN want the man out. What is he waiting for? Because AU has 54 countries. Out of 54 countries, you know how many countries are supporting the man? About 28. In Africa. Forget the letter that Muhammad Faki wrote. I have the real data that comes from UN itself. Real data. Forget Muhammad Faki gets hearsay from France and the rights. I get it. 169 countries want Mr. Tedros out of that office. So you tell me how you are going to protect Mr. Tedros. We need our money back. We need the money back. Trump should not cut the money because of this Commander Tedros of Tigray Liberation Front. I know him myself. We were together. He was a student in Nottingham University. He used to come to Islington and Highbury, where our offices used to be, with Meles and Faki. Ifekai is high. Take this picture to the president of Eritrea. He knows me. I don't want to tell you the other story, other bad side of that guy. But that, let's leave it that way. The only man that God took away so early, who was worth to listen to, was Meles Zenawi. May his soul rest in peace. This man made us lose funding in UK. This guy. And now Africans just went and put him there. Now they are protecting him. He's so corrupt. Very corrupt. So I just want to ask you one thing. Abuse of office. You charge Waititu in Kenya for abuse of office. Then you don't want to charge Dr. Tedros for abuse of office? For failure. In fact, Dr. Tedros will be charged privately for crimes against humanity. He failed to notify human beings that entrusted him with the position about coronavirus. Viewers, don't forget to wash your hands, sanitize your hands if possible. If you have touched or you are touching any object that has not been touched for some time, like the books, sanitize your hands, wash your hands, listen to your Minister of Health, listen to the people, listen to the advice of the government, listen to guidelines, stay at home, don't break the curfew, don't drink in estates, conductors drive matatu, don't transport the corona. Don't transport corona. Try to put your money on M-Pesa to avoid touching the real cash. Some conductors are asking for cash only. Please allow people who have M-Pesa to send you the M-Pesa. Listen to your Minister of Health. I think my team in the studio can play some of the advice of the minister. Please, can you do that right now? Production team in the studio in Nairobi. Please, if you can.
I also want to thank KQ and the entire airport management. This is a unique and outstanding performance. We were getting desperate for some of the items that are on this flight, and we are glad to see that the cooperation
behave knowingly that there is a disease even in quarantine. Because you don't know what it is. There it is. The Minister of Health and the other countries are still under this coronavirus, but they are still sending some things to Kenya. We want to thank those who help Kenya. We want to thank those who want to assist the people of Kenya. We want to see very many people here. One thing that has struck my heart before I conclude this show, in Italy, the mafia of Sicily have come out to give money. The money they used to steal from people. But in Kenya, Uganda, and African countries, those guys, cartels, where is your money? You have kept it to build buildings. But now these buildings are useless. Where we are now, buildings are useless because you don't know whether you will have them. So donate some of this money. Show a good example by donating to the government fund and doing some things. Don't hide away from the public. Just come out and donate some of the stolen money. The mafia in Italy donated stolen money. They came out to donate stolen money. Viewers, I want to thank you very much. Don't turn the words into problems. When you're a patient, accept the rules of your quarantine. When you're a patient, don't engage yourself in activities that reproduce the virus. People are having interactions. People are having so many things that kill the same morale, the same value why you went to the quarantine. Wait, I was watching Madame Alice Koinange from Texas last night. She hasn't taken any medicine. When she was tested, she was told to take some precautions, wash your hands, isolate yourself in your room, eat, and do the necessary things, stay away from interaction. That is what healed Alice Koinange. She has 4 children and a husband. I'm telling you, I had a patient in London, my daughter, one of my daughters, daughter number 6, or my child number 6, Nora Matanga. About 1 month ago, she works in a government office in London, but she saw some signs. And she told me, Dad, I have this. I said, quickly go to your GP, ask what you should do. She's a 28-year-old daughter of mine. And she went to a GP. And I have been treating her on video, checking on her on my video from my phone, from where I am. And getting people to bring her foodstuffs, drop medicine, drop food, drinks at the door, because she bought her own house away from very near others, where other people who could, her sisters and brothers, to check on her. I am glad to inform you that she is now up and running. She went out. She healed. She very, very, very all right, very able. She kept discipline. I'm telling you this personal story, not because I come on this television to enjoy, but I have hardships. I had to treat my own blood on telephone video until she got well. I had to pay taxi drivers, Ubermen to drop things from my debit card where I am here. Those are some of the things that must make you know that this disease is not very good. Because most of the facilities in London, once you get the disease, they tell you what are the symptoms. Oh, it is flu, it is this. They tell you drink this, drink that, drink that. And do this, put that, and that is all, and stay away, get a rest, you see? Because hospital beds are they are serious. People are dying, 1,000 people a day. It's not a joke. So this in Africa, listen to Mutahi Kagwe, listen to Aceng, Dr. Aceng, the Minister of Health of Uganda. Listen to her. Listen to President Museveni. Listen to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Listen to President Mnangagwa. Listen to Magufuli. Listen to Kagame. Listen to Ramaphosa. However bad he is, I am never happy with Ramaphosa. But for now, let's listen to him. Because before he talks to IAU, he's talking to Bill Gates. He told us he got a telephone call from Bill Gates. You are the chairman of African Union. Why should you call Bill Gates to then tell us what? Comrade, Mugabe is gone. We have a problem in African Union. Listen to your president for the time being. Suspend political activities all over Africa. We shall resume when Corona is gone. Yes. Let's now work for the people. At my age, if I tell a lie, it will curse me and my grave will open twice. Yes, I want to thank all of you for having continued to watch Punchline Africa Television, Saturday Daytime Express, right from the satellite system miles away from the general headquarters in Nairobi. Miriam is on technical holiday today. We shall be back on air again. Miriam will be back with me at 2 p.m. East African Standard Time for Africa Showdown. Meanwhile, I will be back with diplomatic leaks or Mathanga Africa Perspective show on Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe marks 40 years of independence. Today from Ian Smith Unilateral Declaration of Independence. Tonight or today, 18th April, the year of our Lord in 1980, the people of Zimbabwe got independence. Mugabe assumed the power, did the reconciliation. The first country in Africa to do reconciliation with the white minority regime was the late Mugabe and Zimbabwe, not Mandela. Most of you younger generation who read and praise Mandela, Mandela was the longest serving prisoner, but not the first man to reconcile. The first man to reconcile with the white racists was Robert Gabriel Mugabe. In 1980, 18th April, he shook hands with Ian Smith in the Lancaster Agreement, brought about independence. That is what we shall discuss this evening. Don't miss it. Very interesting. The history of Zimbabwe is here. I don't need to look through the books. There are some younger people in Zimbabwe who don't even know what did the Lancaster Agreement say. Listen tonight at 8 p.m. exclusive interview and exclusive document and a presentation from here and Zimbabwe. We want to thank all of you. Those who are on curfew, stay on the curfew. Don't break the curfew. Dr. Fred Matiang is looking for those who are indoors, but they are breaking curfew. Yes, the Minister of Interior of Kenya is looking for people who are breaking curfew in estates. He knows you and is coming for you. Don't break it. Don't drink in the estate. He's coming. He knows everybody. Don't you see the helicopters? Those who have satellite. They know where you are drinking from. Drink from your house. Buy your beer if you have your money. After you have bought food for the children. Don't buy beer when the children have no food. Yeah. But drink from your house, inside your house, but not to go and break the law. Matiang is looking for you. He has marked like 6 to 7 estates. He's going to come. And like tonight, it's Saturday, he's coming. People want money so much than life. Why do you want lives more than money, surely, you people? Hello? My Ugandan people. You want money more than life? Your lives are more important than money. Why do you want money so much that you have to sell beer after curfew or during curfew? Surely? Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless Africa. God bless everybody. See you. Keep it up. Wash your hands. Keep a distance. Stay at home. Drink and eat more fruits. Vitamins are needed. Do any exercise that you want. These are the fruits. These are the ones I used to heal my daughter. Go and get this, go and get a lemon. Excuse me, can I have lemon? Get lemon. I want to show people lemon, this, apple, orange. Try to eat. They are around there. This disease, according to people, it doesn't have, when it has not come for you, it does not have medicine. Some of the medicine is to your immune system. If it is strong, it does not have any other outside encumbrance. That's how we Ugandans speak in our English. Outside interferences on your immune system. You can cross, you can fight the virus by washing your hands, by staying distance, by eating well, a balanced diet with fruits, vitamins, because that's what sends it away. You immunize your immune system to fight disease. Jamen, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just a doctor without a clinic, but eat fruits. They are here. Eat them, drink, put water. You can see for yourselves. This is water with lemon, hot water, honey, lemon, ginger, whatever you can. These are things that we have in our gardens. You don't need to ask too many. Buy 1 or 2 ginger, wash it properly, put it, drink. The medicine will come and God will help us. There's a saying that God helps those who help themselves. Are you helping yourself? Don't call out for President Uhuru Kenyatta because he has given you the directions. Don't call out for President Museveni. He has given you directions. Or Mnangagwa, they have told you what to do. Do it as a citizen. Thank you very much. This station is for Africa, with Africa, by Africa. Charles, Aso.
I also want to thank KQ and the entire airport management. This is a unique and outstanding performance. We were getting desperate for some of the items that are on this flight, and we are glad to see that the cooperation across all government agencies is what is going to help us in winning this war against this deadly epidemic. Just for the record, on this flight, we have been informed that we have got 500,000 3-ply masks. We have got 200,000 testing and sampling tubes, and this is a very important thing. These 200,000 sampling tubes are key to our ability to mass test Kenyans. Without these sampling tubes, we would not be able, and we were not going to be able to start our mass testing capability. But with these tubes now, we are able to fast track. We also have some 4,000 shoe covers for operations with our frontline health workers, 300 static shoes which are used in theaters by our doctors. We have got 76,000 N95. This is this kind of mask, N95 face masks, and we also have face visors by those that are used by doctors. In the next flight, there will be addition of ventilators and so on and so forth. So all I'm saying is that we are really grateful that Kenya Airways has been able to come on board and assist us to the extent that they have. We have developed protocols with them on how to travel, on how to quarantine themselves, the crew, when they come and when they go, they know what to do. So we are happy about what is happening.
So really, we just want to assure all Kenyans that we are working very hard as a ministry, as a government, as a health sector, as a country, a whole government approach to addressing the challenge that is currently facing us of coronavirus. And the team that we have been meeting with this evening has been a team of experts, some health workers, experts in communication, experts in social media, all looking at how we work together to make sure that, number one, Kenyans are aware, they are well sensitized about what we are dealing with, that we all also learn what precautionary measures we need to take to ensure that we can prevent ourselves from getting coronavirus, and also to ensure that we protect our families. The team of experts here has been doing a lot of work in terms of their own practice, the clinical practice, the protocols around coronavirus. This is a new virus that the medics have never dealt with, that the entire health workers have not dealt with. Feel that you're very ill to go into a matatu, to go to hospital, we really recommend that you call the 719 line and get us to come and pick you through an ambulance which has got specialized facilities and with health workers to take you to an isolation facility where you can be tested. So basically, we are just aligning our coordination and making sure that we have a seamless operation even as we deal with coronavirus. And I just want to thank the entire team, the entire fraternity in communication world, social media world, our experts in health, for their really for their commitment and self-sacrifice. We've been sitting here up to very late hours in the night, days on end, and people are here really just volunteering themselves to serve this nation. So my deep appreciation, and to all of us, please keep us hooked up to our conversations, be kept in the loop through #ComeshaCorona. Thank you very much.